Colombian town embraces LGBTQ visibility, launched from legacy of Latino abuse. For nearly 30 years, the town of El Carmen de Bolívar and the region of Montes de María in Colombia were known for violence against LGBTQ plus people. In the 1990s, military groups took over El Carmen de Bolívar in response to the large number of left-wing activists in the area, stomping out activist groups and the LGBTQ plus community. Yirley Velazco, a survivor of a military massacre and social leader in the neighboring town of Salado, remembers a helicopter dropping pamphlets in 1999 with a warning to LGBTQ people. Get out now. She said, quote, "They named people who were part of the LGBTI community. They said they were going to kill them for being gay, that they were going to kill them for not being part of mainstream society," end quote. In 2020, the Colombian national government formally recognized the collective damage suffered by the LGBTQ plus community of El Carmen de Bolívar because of the conflict, the third community in the country to receive this recognition. This allows service and advocacy organizations such as Caribe Afirmativo to receive the government help they need to start healing the damage done to the LGBTQ plus community in the area.
You know, this is like, you know, this honestly is great news. When you accept your history, you can now work to fix your history. You know, quite frankly, we'll learn later that some parts of the United States can learn from this example from Colombia. You know, the reality is, you know, once you accept the truth of it, you can actually work for the healing process. So I applaud the government.
But I am glad it's coming with some funding and not just a claim of being sorry. You know, they pardoned Galileo after they killed him and it didn't do much for him. So I'm glad that they are actually putting some money where their sorry is.
You know, can you imagine though, but it sounds like a horror film. Can you imagine you're just hanging out, right? Just, you know, kikiing with your friends. All of a sudden a bunch of pamphlets fall on you that say, "Get out." Like, can you imagine that? Like, and that's something that was reality in the 1990s to LGBTQ folks in Colombia. You know, I'm half Colombian, and when I asked my mom about the gay culture and LGBTQ when she was growing up, she literally was like, "No, there were no gay people. There were no gay people."
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Mom, seriously. No, pero de verdad, you know, they weren't free like that. Eso no era así, que ustedes hacen lo que ustedes quieren ahora.
They
you
knew
know?
their place.
This is the contradiction in Latin America, and I truly see that is you know, in terms of, and you see it in certain countries like Argentina or Brazil, even Chile, passing, you know, same-sex marriage and, you know, laws to protect, but in the communities, there's still a very deep homophobia and hate against gay people, and the police doesn't help. The security or the protection of gay people is non-existent. It's so deep rooted in Latin America that it is going to take a lot of, you know, government laws passed to change people's mind. And you can read it I read blogs in Spanish every day here in news in Spanish. The things that people say about gay people in Latin America are appalling. It's gross.
It's sad, Dino, pero es la realidad. It's the truth, you know? Like, we live in a bubble here in South Florida. We're so blessed to be surrounded by people who love us. I mean, not everybody, you get it, you know? Some people stink, I get it. But, like, you know, for the most part, we're supported and we're welcomed. And that's not the case in Latin America. You know, that is shunned and it's shameful and it's something that you keep to yourself. Like, you would think it was like the 70s and 80s. No, right now, present day.
But the reality is that's also not so far from the reality here in our own country. And yes, in certain parts of South Florida, we have certain protections, but there are parts in Miami-Dade County, Broward, Palm Beach that don't. And it's unfortunate that, you know, this is happening in Latin America, but we need to look in our own backyard and start thinking about what needs to happen here so that our people can live their lives fully as well.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+